Oh, good morning. I'm now going to demonstrate on the ping command. Okay, so what I've got here now is I've got my computer's networked to this laptop here running Windows 8. The laptop's IP address is 192.168.1.107. I'm now going to use in the ping command by typing in ping space 192.168.1.107. Okay, so we are now sending okay, so ping statistics for 192.168.1.107. Packets sent 4, received 4, lost 0. Approximate round trip times in milliseconds. Okay, minimum 0 milliseconds, maximum equals 1 milliseconds, average equals 0 milliseconds. I will now ping www.google.com.au. Okay, again, 4, sent 4, received 4, lost 0, minimum 38 milliseconds, maximum equals 38 milliseconds, average 38 milliseconds. I will now ping my router. Okay. Again, packet sent, received 4, lost 0, minimum 0, maximum 1 milliseconds, average equals 0 milliseconds. Okay, thank you. Okay, in this example of the ping command, by default, when you ping, the default packet size is 32 bytes. So what if we want to ping something larger? So we use the command ping. Okay, we use the command ping space minus L space file size we want to ping, in this case 1450 space 192.168.1.107, which is my laptop beside me. Hit enter. It is now pinging 192.168.1.107 with 1450 bytes of data. Ping statistics, packets sent 4, received 4, lost 0. Approximate round trip times in milliseconds, minimum 1 millisecond, maximum 2 milliseconds, average 1 milliseconds. So if we want to do the same as example as what we did before, we ping Google. So it's 1450 and then www.google.com.au, hit enter. Okay, again, packet sent 4, received 4, lost 0. 0 loss. Approximate round trip times in milliseconds, minimum 53 milliseconds, maximum 53, average 53. Okay, so what if we want to ping it twice, each packet twice? And we now add the minus command count, so which is ping, in this case, minus n space number of times we want to ping it twice. Okay, now www.google.com.au, we're now pinging it twice. Okay, again, minimum 38 milliseconds, maximum 38 seconds. Now, if we want to ping twice, a file size of, say, 1500 bytes, then we go we go ping space minus n space 2 space minus L space 1500 bytes space www.google.com.au, hit enter. Okay, so ping statistics, packet sent 2, received 2, lost 0, approximate round trip times in milliseconds, minimum 54 milliseconds, maximum 55 milliseconds, average is 54. Okay, in this example we're going to display the command traceroute in DOS. Traceroute is a command which can show you the path a packet information takes from your computer to one you specify. So it also shows the routers that's passed on the way. So keeping to what we've used so far, Google, so we typed the command traceroute, which is TRACERT space www.google.com.au and hit enter. Now first one is my router, okay, which is a TP link, is now checking for the next traceroute. Number 2, request times out, so it has not found a trace on there, so it's gone on to number 3 and it's found one on there on 10.1.71.1. So now it's gone to number 6, number 7, trace complete. Number 6 is the router on network that www.google.com.au is relocated. Number 7 is the computer server is located on. Okay, the next DOS command I'm going to now demonstrate is what's called ipconfig. ipconfig is a line tool for troubleshooting problems with automatic configurations such as dynamic host configuration protocol DHCP. Now the command I'm going to demonstrate here is ipconfig space. I'm going to use a \all command. What will this demonstrate is the \all command displays the full TCP/IP configuration for all adapters. Okay, so in this example we can see the host name, which is Philips PC, which is my computer. I can see that DHCP is indeed enabled. Ethernet adapter local area connections, it shows the descriptions. The DHCP again is enabled, which it is. See the DHCP server, default gateway, etc. One thing I failed to mention before, I will go back. Okay, so ipconfig space /ALL. Okay. Now, Windows, if the IP address shown is in the range between 169.254.0.0 through to 169.254.255.255, Windows using APIPA. Basically, that's because the operating system was unable to retrieve an IP configuration from a DHCP server upon startup. Okay, so in my case, this is not the case, as mine is on the range of 192.168, etc. But for example, if we want to release and renew a DHCP assigned IPv4 address, there is a command that can be used, and that is ipconfig space /release Okay, and hit enter. And then to renew, we type in IPCONFIG space / renew and hit enter. Okay. So Windows will then stop using the current IPv4 address and attempt to contact DHCP server for a new IPv4 address. Now the next command I'm going to demonstrate now is what's called AnyTSH. Okay. AnyTSH is a command line scripting utility that allows you to either locally or remotely display or modify the network configuration of a computer that is currently running. Okay, so in this example we're going to click on the Start menu, All Programs, Accessories. Under Command Prompt, right click and run as administrator. In fact, I recommend to run as an administrator on all the DOS command that I've been shown thus far whenever you open the command prompt. In this example we are now going to type AnyTSH space interface space IP space show config and hit enter. Now what this is doing is it's shown as the configuration for the interface local area connection, which is what we're looking for. Okay, now in this example we had noticed an IP address of 192.168.1.0 the mask is 255.255.255.0 and the default gateway is 192.168.1.1. Now using the AnyTSH commands we're going to change the default gateway to 192.168.1.2. and in order to do this we type in AnyTSH space interface space IP set address space name equals. Okay, so a configuration or interface is called a local area connection, so in bits we type in local area connection as worded, okay, in commas, space static space. Okay, now we go 192.168.1.104, which is our IP address, subnet mask 255.255.255.0 space, and we're going to type in 192.168.1.2, hit enter. Now if we go back to our command to show configurations, which is AnyTSH space interface space IP space show space config, you now notice here under default gateway, under configuration for interface local area connection, if you check our default gateway is now 192.168.1.2. okay, so now I'm going to change it back to the original what it was, 192.168.1.1. so again we type in AnyTSH, the command I showed you before. Okay, interface.ip space set address name equals comma local area connection, comma, static, space 192.168.1.104 space 255.255.255.0 space 192.168.1.1. Hit enter. Okay. Now we'll go back to our AnyTSH space interface space IP space SHO space config, and now under configuration for interface local area connection, you now see our default gateway is back to 192.168.1.1. So that is one example how we use the AnyTSH command to change settings, command line scripting utility, to how we change settings for our local area network. Okay, the next DOS command prompt I'm going to display here now is what we called netstat. Netstat stands for network statistics. Obviously, netstat is a command line tool that displays network connections, both incoming and outgoing. Okay, now an example. Let's go to Start, All Programs, Accessories, Command Prompt, right click, Run as Administrator, run in full screen mode. Now a command that we use to display your current routing table, okay, is netstat space -rn, hit enter. Okay, so now this shows us our interface lists, our IPv4 route table. We've got currently connected here, an IPv6 route table. So network destinations and so on, gateway, it's showing me gateway, my interface. It's as I said, it's a command line tool that displays network connections both incoming and outgoing. The next DOS command we're going to now demo is what's called pathping, P-A-T-H-P-I-N-G. Pathping is used to provide information on the path that data takes to its intended destination. It will also give it such information as network latency and network loss at each hops between the source and destination. Now, again as before, click on Start menu, All Programs, Accessories, right click, Command Prompt, Run as Administrator. Okay, run a full screen. Now type in command pathping, P-A-T-H-P-I-N-G, space. Now in this instance I'm going to use -n. What this does is it does not resolve addresses to the host names. So -n space google.com.au, hit enter. Now this is going to trace its route to google.com.au over a maximum of 30 hops. Once it's done that, it'll now start computing statistics for 25 seconds. So it's a great tool to actually use checking any network latencies and individual hops. So it can take some time to run, complete, and we have a good connection that's going straight through to google.com. So path ping is a very handy DOS command to know and to use for tracing network latencies in between the source and its destination. The next DOS command we're going to look at and show a brief demo is NSLOOKUP, NSLOOKUP. Excellent command to use. Look up a host name or an IP address on a network. Okay, so the example, once again, you need to go into all programs, accessories, right click on command prompt and run as administrator and just run this forefront. Let's say for example we want to find out what the host name is for 75.126.153.206. So in this case what we'll do is type in NSLOOKUP, type in the address we want to find, 75.126.153.206, hit enter. 75.126.153.206 website is www.cybercity.biz. Now this is what's called reverse lookup. What that means is basically we're typing in the IP address as the 75.126.153.206, so that's giving us the reverse lookup. Now if we're looking at, say for example, let's type in NSLOOKUP and then we typed in www.cybercity.biz. Again, you can see the example, the addresses shown there, right here, 75.126.153.206. Our next demonstration for a DOS command, our last one for today, is ARP. Okay, ARP stands for Address Resolution Protocol. Now, as in the Start menu, all programs, okay, typing in the command ARP space -A, okay, displays current ARP cache tables for all interfaces. Now using ARP, Address Resolution Protocol, I can display, add and remove information from network devices. For example, my computer, my laptop computer running Windows 98, its IP address is 192.168.1.107. Let's say for example I want to remove that from the network. Okay, so I'm looking at, as you can see right here, there's the laptop 192.168.1.107, physical address 0C-54-A5-B6-09-8A. Okay, what we're going to do using the command ARP space -D, and now key in the IP address 168.1.107, hit enter. Now if we go back to ARP space -A, if you look now, you notice that my laptop computer is now not on the network anymore. Now say if I want to add that back onto the network again using ARP, a simple process of typing ARP space, in this case we go -S, which adds a static entry to the ARP cache, space, and we type in the laptop's IP address, which was 192.168.1.107 space physical address. We need to type in the physical address again, which is I had wrote it down here not long ago, which was 0C-54-B6-09-8A. Now hit enter. Now if we go back into ARP A, okay, now you notice the 192.168.1.107 is now included in the networking. So to run that over again, at the top, ARP space -A. -A displays the current ARP cache tables for all interfaces, which is what it's done here. Now we want to delete one of our network devices, in this case my Windows 8 laptop, which is 192.168.1.107. so the command to write down, to type in, is ARP space -D. D deletes an entry with a specific IP address. Okay, so IP address typed in, hit enter. Now we typed in ARP space -A to display the current ARP caches, and you'll notice that my laptop is not there. Now to add the laptop back in, we typed in ARP space -S. S adds a static entry to the ARP cache. In this case we also need to add the physical address of the laptop, which I recorded before I deleted it. Then hit enter, and there you notice the laptop is now back onto the network.